Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here on the Piney podcast. Now, this headline immediately caught my eye. Beer virus update, transmission rate sets off alarms, new bill could mean jail or fine for no mask. Now, I don't see anything in the article about that. I would be completely against that, and Murphy talks a big game, but this article pretty much proves his idiocy. Um, Now, yesterday they reported 10 deaths. All right. And that was about in line with um, what had been reported on previous days. Except it wasn't true. It was new reported deaths. Of these, 7 occurred within the last 5 days. What the F are you doing? What the F are you doing? And 3 of these were on July 27th. The only day with more than one confirmed death. As of the latest available hospital data, there is no hospital deaths reported over the 24-hour period ending at 10:30 p.m. last night. What is wrong with you? You're not tyrant Phil Murphy. You're idiot Phil Murphy. No one's died now. That is an amazing thing. You should be touting that. Instead, you're threatening to put people in jail, I guess. I don't see that anywhere in this article. But, you're focused on the rate of infection when the deaths have now literally dropped to nothing. Literally to nothing. That completely changes the game here. Tyrant Phil Murphy, that no one is dying from this. You're destroying the economy over something that's not even killing people. Listen to how he talks. No deaths in a 24-hour period, and yet he insisted on reporting 10 of them like it happened that day. Murphy said the state is standing in a very dangerous place. Oh, for your political career? That no one died in a 24-hour period from this disease since it started. That's big news. That should be the headline, not that you're threatening people with jail. And again, I don't know why that's in here. I don't see it anywhere in the article. NewJersey.com, I think you screwed up. I wouldn't be surprised if they're floating several different bills, fining people and jailing people for not wearing a mask. Oh, but no one died. God forbid you tell people that, because God forbid people stop wearing the mask and going back to their lives. God forbid you let gyms open and restaurants open so they don't go out of business and end up wards of the state. This is insane. This is Murphy's, high watermark of idiocy. It frustrates me beyond words. He's harping on this house party and no one died. No one died, Murphy. In fact, a new study came out that said if you are under 18, your chances of dying from this disease are 0.1% out of 100,000. That's literally 1 in a million chance. So think about that. Think about all the things you could die from that probably are way more than 1 in a million. That aren't illegal, that Murphy's doing nothing about, that the state's never been closed over. People die of heart attacks every day. They die in car accidents. All sorts of things. Oh, but COVID's done killing people, at least today. It'll probably bounce back. I'm realistic, but this is the beginning of it sputtering out to nothing. Nothing. Oh, but we're going to keep it up because reasons. There's only one reason. Phil Murphy's political career. Period. End of sentence. Because it's Trump. It's always Trump. You people are obsessed. State orders restaurant that defied ban to stop indoor dining. An Ocean County diner that's been a allowing its patrons to dine indoors, was ordered to stop doing so on Friday. New State Police Superintendent Colonel Patrick Callahan said during the governor's daily beer virus briefing. This is what he spends his time doing. Shutting down a diner probably full of healthy people who don't have anything. They've been doing that for days. And the rate dropped to 0 anyway. The deaths dropped to 0. Despite this, despite the house parties, despite the fact that I see people just pissed off and wearing their masks like on their chin all the effing time now. People are just going to stop, Murphy. And what little good you could do in terms of pushing this for flu season, the upcoming flu season, you're ruining it. Because by the time September rolls around, people will be so sick of this, they'll just not wear the mask. And then people will get sick again. You had an opportunity here to convince people, listen, during certain times, it's a good idea to wear a mask during flu season. But despite the fact the scientific evidence shows you that this is finally passing, you insist on playing political games with the information. You are the lowest form of human life for you to do this. I know so many people who are now petrified of getting this virus because of you. I know of more people who are staying out of work because of you. All for what? So you can maybe get Donald Trump out of office. You won't do it, by the way. He's going to be reelected in a landslide. So you can have a little pat on the head from the National Party, and they can give you yet another job you don't deserve. You go back to being ambassador of Germany or, some other country that you haven't seen yet. Ooh, maybe Japan. Except you're not. Because with Trump in office, the Democrats won't have those gifts to give you. That's what this is all about. It's all about the political gifts, right? Play ball, Murphy. Play ball. And that's what you've been doing. Oh, here it is. Finally, I couldn't find this. Indoor shoppers who refuse to wear masks during pandemic would face jail, fine under new bill. Yeah, that makes sense. Listen, since you didn't wear a mask inside a store, we're going to put you in a building where you won't wear a mask. But that's okay. 20% of the prison population's being let out because of the beer virus. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total effing sense. You woke-tard. It's another link here. Let's see if there's info. Yeah, here it is. Governor Murphy signed an executive order on April 8th requiring people to wear masks. Oh, that's an executive order. Why did you link to that? Now state lawmakers have introduced a bill that would set a 30-day jail sentence and fines up to $500 for those who refuse to make a mask by making violation of the order a disorderly person's offense. Well, that's just great. That's just effing great. That is completely unconstitutional and draconian in the extreme. You're going to throw people in jail. You're going to coop them up inside, where they'll have no mask, by the way. Prisoners don't have masks, as far as I know. I don't think they can. You could make a noose out of it and hang yourself. Maybe they do. I don't know. You're going to tell me that the prisoners have masks on? I kind of find that hard to believe, but maybe. Unbelievable. Well, this is actually from a while ago. No, it was updated July 31st. Well, they were talking about this in April. Let's see. Executive order. Jesus. You know what? I was going to say call your congressman or state rep and Murphy. You should just be doing it every day at this point. Really. I mean, just every day, make it part of your regular routine. I'm going to email Phil Murphy, come up with like a cut and paste thing. You could just send him every day And maybe the numbers will just like stack up and they won't even look at them. You know? I mean, at this point, what do we got to lose? It's going to have to get way worse before they'll actually recall Murphy, which I'm all for now. I'm all in on recalling Murphy. I can't wait another year. It's going to be another year and I don't know how many months for him to be reelected. If you vote for Murphy, you're an effing idiot, New Jersey. An effing idiot. New Jersey lottery profits drop, and that could be bad news for public worker pension system. Why tie the lottery into what? The lottery system pulled in $3.2 billion in ticket sales last year, a 7.7% slide from $3.48 billion it took the previous fiscal year. The lottery will contribute at least $937 million to the public pension fund, well short of the $1 billion it is projected to contribute each year. Well, I mean, is that the only source for the money? And why is it so insanely high? See, this is the problem with all these public workers. They have way too many benefits. Man, if you're in government, you get all kinds of crazy money. And then you retire, and then it's turning into Greece here. That's what happened to Greece, by the way. They had mailmen over there that retired at like 35 with full pensions. It's insane. I mean, look, cops, that's a little different. Cops are a very dangerous job. But people who work at the DMV, I mean, are you serious? It's not even comparable. I can understand cops getting a little more. EMTs, people like that. They're in a dangerous situation. And that is an intense job. Not talking all public workers. But teachers are not in a dangerous job. I'm ranting, but I'm just so freaking angry. I couldn't believe there are no cases. And I didn't even know. I read a bunch of articles yesterday. Shows you how well I read things. It's causing stuff like this. People are so afraid. Woman with cane assaulted in New Jersey Staples after asking customer to wear a mask. People are, their nerves are frayed over this. Okay? And that woman, by the way, is completely wrong for assaulting anybody. I hope you go to jail. You should be in jail. But, this poor woman, she's just had a liver transplant. She probably shouldn't be in a Staples. I kind of got to wonder why you'd go into any stores, much less a Staples, an office supply store. But she's 54. She's my age. Probably doesn't understand, office supplies aren't exactly needed anymore if you're digital. But I mean, that's just wrong. I hope the woman who pushed her goes away. But my point is, you're fraying people's nerves over this. But you like that. You want things to be bad because then you'll turn around, you'll blame it on Trump. You'll blame it on Trump, and then your hope is Trump doesn't get elected, Biden gets in, and then you turn the whole thing around. You start talking about how great everything is, and then previously all the horrible things that you would magnify and show to everybody as Trump's America, suddenly that all disappears and you hide it. And then it's like, no, things are great. And then all the statistics you use the other way. I mean, we've seen this game before. I mean, if you haven't, you're probably too young to have been through enough political cycles to see this. All the politicians do it. But the Democrats are particularly desperate this time around. And people's lives are being ruined. Not that they're kind of ruined before with some of the other antics back and forth, but this time it's just, we're in a position now where we've got millions of people out of work. We've got an economy that's shrinking, and it's like the Democrats are fighting to keep it there just for a few more months, just so they could get back in power. Oh, and then they'll turn on the spigot and give you a bunch of money. They are the worst when it comes to economics. Their whole plans are idiotic. So imagine Biden gets elected. He turns on the money spigot, starts giving everybody money. That's just going to make things even worse. More people will go out of work and suffer and then money won't buy anything. Businesses will be out. They'll be closing left and right. He'll be stepping on the depression gas pedal. So, all right. Done ranting. F you, Murphy. F you.